guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be talking about the AFC East. So, my NFC East video just went up, I believe, a couple days ago. So we're trying to get, this entirety of these mock drafts done for all these divisions. But if you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit a notification bell to be notified when I post next, and when I go live for the NFL draft, April 28th through the 30th. So I'll be streaming at minimum the first 2 days of the draft. I'll be, chilling, drinking lots of Dr. Pepper, talking about the draft. Hopefully, I can see you guys there. I'll have my mock draft up. I'll have, my opinions on almost every single pick of the first 3 rounds. And I might go into day 3, depending on, how I'm feeling, how the streams are doing. But if you guys do want to watch that, make sure to hit the notification bell to be notified on April 28th when I go live for that stream. I'm very excited. This is my second annual stream on sports stuff. I'm excited to do it. So let's get into the video. Today we'll be doing the AFC East Divisional drafting. So I've been trying to do this series. I've been trying to finish the series, and today we're doing the AFC East. We did the NFC East earlier this week. So in this mock draft, it had Kayvon Thibodeau slide to pick 4. I still think he's going to go number 1 overall. I don't believe all these rumors that he's going to slide out of the top 10. I don't believe it. Kayvon Thibodeau is a really good player, really good edge. He's my edge 1 still. I like Aiden Hutchinson. Kayvon Thibodeau is edge 1. Aiden Hutchinson's edge 2. Like 1A, 1B. That's how I feel about them. 1A and 1B. And Kayvon Thibodeau is my 1A. I still think he should go number 1 overall. I don't think he's going to, but there's no way he slides out of the top 10. If Kayvon Thibodeau is there at pick number 4, Robert Saleh is running to the GM saying, pick this guy, pick this guy, pick this guy. No chance he slides past the Jets at 4. If he doesn't even make it to 4. I don't think he makes it past the Texans at 3. I don't think he does. There's no chance he makes it past the Texans. But yeah, he was there available, so I took him. Robert Saleh would love him, and he would really finish that defensive line. Yes, you have John Franklin-Myers. Yes, you have Carl Lawson. But Carl Lawson's coming off an ACL tear. John Franklin-Myers is good, but you can improve with Kayvon Thibodeau. Next up is Drake London. The Jets, they were trying to trade for a Tyreek Hill. They were willing to give up a couple seconds and thirds and future picks, but they did not want to give up a first-round pick. So I think that because they didn't get Tyreek Hill, because they didn't get Devontae Parker, because DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett still haven't been traded, I think the Jets could be going for a wide receiver. And I think that wide receiver is Drake London. I really do. I have a feeling that Drake London is going to be the first receiver taken off the board. Is he going to be is he the first receiver skill-wise? No. I think Garrett Wilson's a way better receiver. But from every report that I've heard, it's Drake London going to the Jets at 10. And I completely believe it. I've been mocking it this entire mock draft season. I think Drake London is going to go to the Jets. I think it's the best fit. I think it's exactly what they need. Next up is Brian Asamoah. Brian Asamoah's been pretty high on my list recently. It gave me a D+, which I knew would give me a D+ pick for them. But he's a pure will linebacker. He doesn't really play any other position. He is a will linebacker, weak side linebacker. Hamza Nasruddin is currently their will linebacker listed on their depth chart. But I think Brian Asamoah is way better. Hamza Nasruddin was a safety, playing linebacker. If you can make him a linebacker-safety hybrid, I think that'd be better. But Brian Asamoah should be their full-time will linebacker. He has amazing agility, and his change of direction is elite. So I think he's a better player in the will linebacker position. Next up is Jalen Petrie. I think Jalen Petrie would be amazing. He plays that slot corner safety hybrid. Yes, you have Michael Carter. Yes, you have Jalen Guytrey. Yes, you have... Oh, I forgot his name. There's another corner as well. I think Jalen Petrie can play that corner safety mix. You have Ashton Davis. You have Jordan Whitehead. Jalen Petrie would be amazing when you want to play in a lot of corners and safeties. In this league today, it's so pass heavy. Like if you're facing the Chiefs, you want as many corners and safeties out there as possible because they're gonna throw the ball. And that's a team that you'd want Jalen Petrie on your team because he's really good in that role. Next up is Josh Pascal. Again, this is a depth piece. I don't really like their backup edges as of right now. I think Josh Pascal solidifies that backup position. Next up is Donovan West. They have a center. They have, I believe it's Connor McGovern, but he's not there long term. I believe he's on a 1 or 2 year contract. Donovan West fits the scheme. I think long term could become their starter. And Matthew Butler is just as a backup. They have Sheldon Rankins. They have what is his name? What is their D tackle's name? I gotta think of the Jets D tackle, Quinnen Williams. There we go. They have Quinnen Williams. I think Matthew Butler could really develop behind those two, and there's a chance he could take Sheldon Rankins' job eventually down the season. I think he's good enough to be a role player, and he's definitely good enough to be on special teams. And I think he'd be really good on special teams. Cool. So that's my Jets. It gave me a B plus. Give me an A on Drake London, A minus on Kayvon, A on Jalen Petrie, B plus on Donovan West. I like this draft. Brian Asamoah, I don't know why they're so low on him. I think he's a perfect scheme fit for this team. Next up is the Dolphins. So they only had 2 picks in the top 4 rounds, obviously after the Tyreek Hill trade. It's all developmental guys, in my opinion. Zach Tom, he's 6'5", 295. I think if he slides inside to guard, which most people are mocking him at, he can be an elite interior offensive lineman. Let him play right guard. You have Connor Williams and Teron Armstead at left guard, left tackle. You have Austin Jackson you're trying to develop at right tackle. Your right guard's still bad. Your center is still bad. Just move Zach Tom to right guard. See what he can do. In the 4th round, Noah Ellis. It's a backup. I don't got a lot to say about him. He's a backup. He's not the worst player in the world, but I think he can, behind that not loaded defensive tackle room, but an okay one, like behind Christian Wilkins, I think you can just let him develop and see what happens. It gave me a C minus, which I'm okay with. But the Patriots is my favorite mock draft I did today. David Ojabo obviously tore his ACL, and I think the Patriots are a perfect team to draft him and let him rehab. Because if David Ojabo doesn't play at all in 2022, I think the Patriots can let him do that, and then next year have him start, because they have a pretty solid linebacker and edge rushing group. Yes, they have Lawrence Guy. They have another guy who I don't remember his name of, but like they have edge rushers at the linebacker position, and they just have edge rushers. I think David Ojabo immediately is better than Lawrence Guy, immediately better than any other pass rushing options outside of Matthew Judon. But even then, I think he might be equivalent to Matthew Judon at this point. You can save a lot of money by cutting people and having David Ojabo start. And the fact that you can get him at 21 when he was being mocked at 14 with the Ravens, I think David Ojabo, if he does slip to you, you got to pick him. On the 2nd round, I got Chad Muma. He had a 91 run defense grade, and I think he'd be a great Dante Hightower replacement. He's one of the best linebackers this year in general. He was really solid at Wyoming, and I think if the Patriots can get him, they can really turn him into a really good player. Cole Strange in round 3, he's been amazing. Like, he's been amazing since the Senior Bowl. I've watched a lot of his tape now at Chattanooga. I forgot what game it was. It was a game where he literally pancaked like 4 people, it looked like. Cole Strange is really good. He's also like a perfect scheme fit. Like, he is, I believe they have Ferentz starting at right guard. They have Michael Onwenu at left guard. If Cole Strange can come in and play right guard for you, I think that solves your offensive line. A lot of people were wondering what were you doing when you traded Shaq Mason. If you can walk away with Cole Strange in round 3, I think that's where you can prove them wrong. And Tyreek Smith is just a immediate backup and potential starter down the line. I mean, Lawrence Guy was like a 5th round pick, so I wouldn't be surprised if Tyreek Smith could take that kind of role. A minus. I agree completely with this draft. Cole Strange is a hopeful pick that I think can become a starter. I like Tyreek Smith as a backup. Did I draft him earlier? No, I drafted Josh Pascal. But yeah, I think this would be a really good draft for the Patriots. And then finally is the Bills. So the Bills, I try to do at least one team does at least one trade every single mock draft, and I decided for it to be the Bills. I like their team is really set in stone. Andrew Booth Jr. replaces Levi Wallace. I think he'd immediately become cornerback 2, take over Saron Neal. He's better than Saron Neal. So I think Andrew Booth Jr., opposite of Trey White, would be a really good 1-2 punch at corner. He used to be one of the 3 best corners in this class, but he's been sliding down the board recently, and I think if they can get him at 25, that'd be a steal. Then in the 2nd round, I had them trading back into the 3rd round. So they trade pick 57 to the Jaguars for pick 70 and pick next year. So 2 third-round picks for 1 second. And Dylan Parham was there when I traded back. He was the guy I was going to take in the 2nd round. But I'm like, wait a minute, it's a little too early for him. Let me trade back, see what I can get for him. So we trade back 3 picks after he's supposed to be gone. He was still available. He's not a perfect scheme fit. As much as I want to see him in a run-heavy scheme, he would block Allen really well. I think all of the quarterback scrambles that they could scheme around Dylan Parham leading Josh Allen would be really good. And he does finish on offensive line. They signed Ryan Bates to a 4-year deal because the Bears are trying to take him. But they have Roger Saffold for a 1-year deal. He's old. So if Roger Saffold goes down with injury, or if he just doesn't play as good as you were hoping, start Dylan Parham, and I think you can just watch him succeed. In the 3rd round, I grabbed Khalil Shakir. He's getting a lot of 2nd round hype right now. I don't think he's going to be in the 2nd round. But Khalil Shakir is a pure slot. I think in the slots he can replace Cole Beasley and become like an 800-yard guy, 5 touchdowns. I think that's very easy for Khalil Shakir. Good size, good mobility, good agility, good change of direction, okay route running. I like Khalil Shakir. Not as much as a lot of people, but I think he's definitely a solid slot option in the 3rd round. And with Chris Paul in the 4th, this is just a depth piece. They don't really have any tackles after their starters right now. They have guards who play tackle that would be their backup. But I think Chris Paul becomes that backup tackle who can develop. Whether Deion Dawkins, whether the price of him is too much or if Spencer Brown goes down with injury, I think Chris Paul could come in, slide in, and just do the job that you need to. But at worst, it's just a backup tackle who can, give you a little bit of depth. But yeah, that's my draft for the Buffalo Bills. It gave me a B. I like this draft. I think my favorite is definitely the Patriots. They had a lot of really good picks. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below which team you think won this divisional draft, and which, if one of these teams are your teams, what do you think? Jets fans, what do you think of the B+ and the Kayvon Thibodeau pick? Dolphins fans, I know you hate me. Patriots fans, what do you think of David Ojabo falling? You guys taking him in the 1st round. And Bills fans, what do you think of Andrew Booth in the 1st round? If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Again, hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live at the NFL Draft, April 28th through April 30th. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.